and you can call us. We will take calls later in the show, and actually we have one right now. We have, I think, Aaron on the line. Aaron, can you hear us?
Hey, how you doing, Carl? Good morning.
Good morning, Aaron. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Is this Mr. Wilson?
Yes, it is.
Good morning. How you doing? You enjoying the snow?
I just now opened the window and saw it for the first time. So just getting up.
We were just talking earlier. Don't waste your time shoveling. It's going to be 57 on Monday.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
Well, it's messing with me now.
Right. So we had spoke this morning and the other day, and I asked you to give the station a call and talk a little bit about your experience. Currently, we're working with you, and if you could just talk a little bit about your experience. And recently, we've had some success with getting some items removed off of your report, and then we've also put like a little bit of a strategy together for you, which it looks like the whole game plan is kind of coming together right now. Not officially at the finish line yet, but it looks like everything's working out the plan. So what's been your experience with Credit Blueprint and this whole credit repair process?
My whole experience with you, Carl, is at first I thought it was a big scam. I said, this dude got it hooked up. Then when I walked in, that's because of my environment I came from. So when I'm walking in the office, I said, okay, everything looks good, but passing over that money, that couple dollars, was like, nah, all right. But then, as I sat and talked to you, if nothing else, I learned to read people. I said, he all right. He seemed like he on the up and up. So then, once I went through the process with you, and I think it was like maybe a month, maybe going on 2 months, I was like, that little money gone. So I said, well, all right, let me call up. Then you answered the phone. I said, wait a minute. Oh, okay. This ain't no New York scam. Okay, all right, you know what? Let me talk to him. So then I got a chance to see a letter in the mail. And the first letter, I think, was for TransUnion.
Mm-hmm.
And the major pieces that I needed off of there was deleted. I was like, oh, yo, this dude the truth. Okay. So then my wheels started turning, like, what you saying is real, and how you learned it, I don't know or don't care. All I know is I'm starting to get my money together. So far, I got $1,500 together towards, like I told you, you need to do what you're doing on a big scale.
Right.
So my feeling towards you is, I told you what I'm going to do is get the advertisement and get the people to start to know, because it's a lot of people down in Philly need what you got, man.
Need help, right. Yeah, and there's definitely definitely a stigma when it comes to credit repair. A lot of people maybe have been, scammed in the past, and just, don't think the program works, though. But, that's one of the things we talked about when I first met with you is, there's no magic wand that I can wave to improve your scores. Part of it is about, disputing information with the credit bureaus, which we certainly have a system on how we dispute information. We got a pretty big item removed from your credit report. It was an inaccurate item. It should have never been on your credit report, and we don't have to get into any detail of what it was, but it was an item that should have never been on your report, and we were able to get that item removed off of the report using the Fair Credit Reporting Act. But, that's one part of what we do at Credit Blueprint. Really, the second thing was the educational part. So when you came in, you sat in the office, and we really talked about, what else we can do besides disputing items, and we gave you a little bit of an education. And so far, you've added yourself to a couple credit cards, and then if you remember what we talked about, how to manage those cards, which was at 30%, right? So if you had $1,000 card, 30% was kind of that magic number. You never want to go over that 30% of what your line amount is, and that'll help really build your scores as well, right?
As you just now say that, those are the things that make you stand out much different than some guy or some girl that say, oh, no, I know how to fix your credit. All I got to do is just send some letters in. No, it ain't just about sending them letters in. It's you have education to not just getting the good credit or building your score up, but maintaining it and keeping it. You know, but everyone's not able to offer that.
Right.
So that's the part that I was emphasizing, that, look, you have something that's really good for this public, because none of the schools, colleges and all, they don't teach you what you know.
Right.
They give you bits and pieces, but they don't teach you the whole gamut of it.
Right.
Good morning, son. Excuse me. But what my point is, you are really heaven sent, man. Because I'm like, wait a minute, I thought he was going to do a scam move. You know, but it wound up being the best thing, man. I don't care. You can put my stuff on the air, because guess what? I'm going to be, what they call that thing when you A1 credit dude? I'm the A1 credit dude.
A1 credit, perfect credit. I mean,
yeah. Look, if I stick with you to the rest of this, I'm gonna have A1 credit.
Absolutely, absolutely.
That's like being a six-figure person.
Sure, absolutely. Aaron,
yes, sir.
why don't you tell them why we really hit it off? Tell them why we hit it off from the first time that we met. We sat in the office, and then you made your payment. And what happened? And when you were going down the elevator, you're leaving my office in King of Prussia. What happened?
Man, yo, see, you did a power move, and that ain't nothing but your personality. I left a little bit more than what you asked, because I was so happy with the conversation and realizing that this dude was on the up and up. So I left a little bit more, and you came downstairs. I'm all the way outside now. You came downstairs to bring me. No, you gave me a little too much. Huh? Wait a minute. No, don't worry about it. Keep that, because you doing something for me. You like, no, that ain't what this about. I like helping you.
Right.
So this extra dollar, that don't mean nothing to me.
Right.
Because the more people I help and do right by people, then I get rewarded or blessed in other ways. I'm like, oh, now you know what? I know I made the right move now. Somebody else would have kept that money. I'll tell you, somebody else would have kept that money.
I think, Aaron, this is Doug. I think we can call Carl the Abe Lincoln of the credit repair industry. Wasn't it Abe Lincoln? Didn't he get like 3 cents too much change one time, and he walked like 6 miles to return it? So
that's Carl. I'll tell you. Look, hey Carl.
Right.
You don't know it, but how about this? I know where you live.
Right.
I know how to catch up with you.
Right.
But I was like, look, I'm going to do this business with you, and it's going to be good, because I get a chance to be right there with you as you help all these people.
Oh, that's one of the things, Aaron, though. You just talked about, knowing where I live and know where my office is and things about me. If you go on my website, creditblueprint.net, my face is on there. It's I'm not hiding. So there's a lot of national companies out there that hide, but I'm right there.
I wish I'd have met you, man, about 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
10 years ago, man. It's a beautiful thing that you are around, and to anyone that do hear this, if your credit is messed up, make sure you call him.
How do people call you, Carl?
They can call the office and schedule a face-to-face consultation, just like Aaron had. The office number 610-768-8048, and they can always go on the website, creditblueprint.net. But yeah, I certainly appreciate your radio commercial you're giving me here, Aaron. It's a good one. But
it's the truth. Don't people want to hear the truth?
That's what I told you when I talked to you this morning and yesterday. I said,